What is up, my friend? Welcome to the UFL Week In Review, one of the longest running UFL podcasts in human history. Mark Perry here. In this show, number 33, we're diving into headfirst into championship week. In this episode, we break down the great ratings that they had, the divisional playoffs. We'll talk about attendance. We've got so much more. Mike Mitchell's got a top 15 rated UFL TV markets for the 2024 regular season. Later, we'll celebrate the league's MVPs, Offensive Player of the Year, Special Teams Player of the Year. So stick around and you won't want to miss a single minute of this jam-packed episode. Let's get started.
USFL is in business.
The XFL is underway.
There's no doubt spring just got stronger.
The UFL Divisional Playoffs TV ratings are in on ABC and Fox. Plus, we got the attendance, Mike Mitchell breaking it all down, and Sue doing the recap. So, Birmingham Stallions versus Michigan Panthers averaged $1,100,000 view on ABC. ESPN's coverage culminated with the Saturday championship. Of course, the Stallions won 31-18. Victory of the USFL Conference Championship, 1.1 million average viewers, up 46% versus the 2023 XFL and USFL semi-playoff games average. And there you have it from ESPN, up 46% from the semi-final playoffs on those teams that they had there last year. Attendance, 10,287. Again, that's definitely a Achilles heel for the league at this point is attendance numbers. St. Louis Battlehawks, San Antonio Brahmas with the upset. 1.274 million viewers on Fox. Fox PR, UFL Playoff, Fox off to a blazing start. Coverage Sunday peaked at 1.525 million viewers as the San Antonio Brahmas advanced to the inaugural UFL Championship game, which of course will be at 5 p.m. on Fox this Sunday. Of course, that was not what the league wanted. And we've heard, $4 ticket sale prices now for the championship game going on there. Attendance 30,237. That was tough. I mean, they had the playoff game. I'm just a little surprised. I was hoping for 34,000. I was hoping for 12,000 in attendance for the Birmingham game. And that's it, folks. Now we just go to the championship game. Expect definitely to see I'm hoping 1.5 million would be good. 2 million would be fantastic. It's Father's Day weekend. It's Father's Day day. We'll see what the numbers are. But we are made it through the season, and we are finally got one game left in the UFL season. Our pal Mike Florio put out, he's been pretty good with these coverage, fair coverage. That's all I ask for, and that's what most people ask for. Fair coverage of the UFL, though I don't know why he doesn't link when somebody says in articles, he doesn't link to the other people. It's kind of 19. That doesn't do good for your SEO, Mike Florio. Anyway, but even though Google's wrecked internet search. But anyway, he says in the inaugural season, UFL did very well on TV. At the box office, not so much. The league 8-team league averaged 12,828 fans for the 40 regular season games played over 10 weeks via Sports Business Journal with not a hyperlink to their site. We do that. St. Louis Battlehawks led the way, 34,365. Again, the championship, the divisional conference game, the conference championship game, 30,000. So they didn't even hit their average, which was a little surprise. I guess people were just figuring they would go to the championship game. He says, without those numbers, the league would have averaged 8,532 per game. Second on the list was the America's team, the DC Defenders, at 14,143, more than 20,000 per game behind the St. Louis. Now, granted, Audi Field can only hold 20,000, 22,000 standing room owning. Of course, bringing up the rear is the Memphis Showboats, where are only at 6,893 showed up per game. Of course, the goal, he says, for the UFL should put teams where fans are. Seattle has done well with the XFL. Totally agree. San Antonio, Orlando, spurn markets, San Diego and Oakland, he says, for example, could work. But we've heard over and over again, there is no way the UFL is putting a team in California, which is a shame. And I mean, it sounds good on paper, but once the logistics are worked out, it's not a good thing. This is kind of the problem with the league. And I feel like the league has been, the attendance has been down over last season, but that kind of gives you an idea of where things are at. My personal opinion, the league needs to have better markets because there is no juice. The juice keeps leaving the station when it comes to spring football. And I think they need to be bold and actually add, Seattle, Orlando, or Philadelphia back in the mix this year because you need bigger markets to really get more people, get more eyeballs out there. And you can't just keep putting teams at little markets because people don't care. So, but what we've heard all along is that they're potentially just keeping with 8 teams, though Memphis may be in, maybe out, maybe Seattle returns. We'll just kind of have to kind of wait and see as they make that decision over the offseason. But, St. Louis did good. DC did good, but I think overall, attendance is down for even the XFL market. So we will see. But we got through season 1. We're definitely getting a season 2. So we'll have to stick around and see how this plays out. Main man Mike Mitchell from Sports Illustrated has the top 15 rated UFL TV markets for the 2024 regular season. He said, how did the markets fare? The attendance front, newly merged UFL, is behind XFL's 2023 numbers, 553,644 at 42 UFL games versus, 632,247 at 43 XFL games. Well, of course, the problem is Memphis and Michigan. Here's the kicker, though. Some of the league's markets that haven't produced well at the gate have shown up strong in local viewership for the UFL. Overall, the UFL has seen a massive uptick in its attendance or his TV ratings compared to the other year. Regular season averaged 816,000, over 30% ahead of the 2023 XFL USFL pace. Last week's conference championships were up 57% compared to the two leagues. The UFL's 8-team market ratings are essentially a piece of data for seeing who is supporting the league and perhaps not on a weekly basis, but it's TV markets that don't currently have UFL teams that could provide a glimpse into where the league should and could potentially expand and relocate soon. Okay. Top 15 rated UFL TV markets, according to per Nielsen research, markets are ranked by household rating, blah, blah, blah. So Birmingham Stallions, designated market area 45, they are number 1 watching the league, 1.65 is their rating. Flint, Saginaw, Michigan, 1.63. So people are watching it. They're a market of 47. St. Louis is number 3, market of 24. They're 1.49. Alabama, Mobile, household counties in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida regions. Mobile, Pensacola, 1.32. Their market of 58. New Orleans in at number 5, 1.06. Their market of 50. This is, again, the lower, the smaller the market, the higher, the bigger the market. Like number 1 would be like California, number 2, New York. Madison, Wisconsin at number 6, 0.94. Their market is 72. Memphis, Tennessee, 9.3. Their market is 52. Counties include Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois. That area, 0.91. They're of 92. Grand Rapids. So Michigan's bringing it in, 0.90. They're marked that. Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek is a 42. Tulsa, Oklahoma, San Antonio, Texas at 11. Detroit, Michigan at 12. I won't go through all the numbers. Fresno, Visala, California, 0.79. They're a market of 53. Louisville, Kentucky, which is a name that I have heard in the rumblings, 0.77. They come in at 14. They're 48. And Columbus, Ohio, that's been out there at number 32, and they're 0.75. So those are just some interesting numbers from Mike Mitchell talking about the TV markets for the UFL that it kind of seem that they're popular in, where people are watching. So it's weird that, you have Birmingham and Michigan, which is good because Michigan, that area, Flint is 74. St. Louis is a 24. But then some of these markets, Wisconsin, but that doesn't necessarily mean putting a team in there. New Orleans, Louisiana, then that's been a place that they could put a team in. I don't know. Part of me thinks I really think they should roll the dice and add 2 teams, bring 2 teams back to get the fan base juiced up, and bring in some better markets and see how they can do it. But It's all about saving money, and there could be potential coaching cuts and more budget cuts in the future of the league. So we'll just have to kind of play it out. But some good data there from our main man, Mike Mitchell. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Welcome to Pulse AI Solutions, where cutting-edge AI technology meets business innovation. Are you a small to medium-sized business looking to transform your operations and stay ahead of the competition? At Pulse AI Solutions, we specialize in AI consulting, delivering custom solutions tailored to your unique needs. Our team of experts designs and implements AI-driven strategies that boost efficiency and drive growth. From AI integration to tech innovation, we provide comprehensive support every step of the way. Join the revolution. Our custom AI solutions are designed to help businesses like yours thrive in the digital age. Experience the future of business with Pulse AI Solutions. Visit us at pulseaisolutions.com and transform your business today.
All right, we are back. And before we get to the news, news and notes, kind of want to give a kind of sad note, is that my wife and I won't be going to St. Louis for the championship game. We kind of had to make the call earlier this week. Appreciate Don, super fan. He was going to, show us the town, and also we were super excited about it. But honestly, between her health, medical bills, and just the site making no money, I was just like, it's just not, I just can't swing it. So unfortunately, thought I could do it. With no offense, I really wanted to see that. I'm super excited about the game. I'm rooting. I was going to bring my XFL hat. We were going to be all XFL gear to represent XFL. So if you're going to the game, represent your conference, either the USFL conference or the XFL. I got a ton of XFL hats. Was going to wear them. We were all excited to go, but just between, the new drugs that she's on, and then just financially, and bills are coming in, and vacations are coming down the pike, and it's just kind of getting tight. And then the fact that, I put a lot of effort into the spring football leagues since 2018, and really, started to crank up in 2019, and I started kind of, dabbling. And then the XFL came out, and it was like gangbusters. And I've told this story before. Like, it was just crushing it. And I was like, I'm going to give everybody raises, and we're going to this is going to be awesome. And then, COVID happened, and then things kind of were wishy-washy, and kind of build the CFL site and then build the USFL site, and, did News Hub Fantasy, and that was like meh. And then, just trying different things to, because I thought the market was going to be strong and there was going to be a lot of interest. And then, of course, they changed the name again. And Google's algorithm has completely wrecked the internet, in my opinion. A lot of sites across the board are just getting crushed. Now, when you do search results, they give you AI stuff at the top. They give you Reddit results. They give you core results. And so it's affected a lot of publishers, including me. And so I was hopeful that, we'd bring out the site. We'd kind of get out of this Google sandbox, which there is such a thing. And but the site is still kind of in the sandbox, and trying to work with new advertising partners, but everybody's getting crushed by all the difference going on with Google. And so honestly, I made no money this year. I tried to get a phone app out there. Apple was kind of rejecting it. I was writing it using ASP.NET MAUI rather than a native app. I'm working on actually a CFL app, and it's much better. I'm learning a lot that way. So it's just a bit, and then just, my wife got sick and found out she had cancer just before the season started. So how it's just been not a good year. Definitely punt, looking forward to next year. But really, this has become something that initially was, this is definitely going to be something I could build a business around. Till then, last year was kind of like, okay, well, we can make some money off of it, but it's not as lucrative as before, but we definitely put effort into it. And this year it's been basically, at best, it's a passion project. It's not a real business to build off of, at least now. As the league grows, I'll ride the wave. We'll definitely have a podcast next week at the end of, kind of culminating the season. And then it's going to be on pause. And, when stuff goes down, maybe we'll put something out there. But, we still have some of the best writers I think out there, and up and coming writers. I mean, we got two of our writers work for Sports Illustrated. One of our writers works for the UFL now. So I mean, I'm proud of that part of the business. Losing money is just not. I'm over that. So I'm focusing stuff on bigger things down the pike, and that's what kind of Pulse AI Solutions. So if you want to follow that in the YouTube channel, as time goes on, I'll have some cool announcements, some things that I'm working on, because I got to apply myself. A lot of prayers, definitely a lot of arrows thrown my way, but definitely you got to focus your energy on the stuff that like gives you something in return. Especially in my situation, I need the money. So I keep focusing on things that make me no money. And that's the thing that I've realized about myself going back when I was a kid. So that's kind of where things are at with me. And I'm just really, sad that we're not going to be able to go to the UFL Championship game. But it's just, I just got to be realistic with what things are, where the money's coming and how to do things. And just so anyway, that's my sob story about that. So let's get to the final pieces of the puzzle here. So Curt Menefee and Joel Klatt and Brock Huard are calling the UFL Championship game on Fox. Pretty cool about that. We all know what's going on with the championship game. Birmingham Stallions quarterback Adrian Martinez was named the most valuable player after getting benched. That was kind of interesting. But still, I agree. I mean, as a lot of people were talking about Luis Perez as maybe a guy to be the MVP, but the team wasn't very good in the beginning, but then he kind of pulled it in towards the end. That was somebody that maybe could have been out there. Hakeem Butler, UFL Offensive Player of the Year, but just kind of tailed that away toward. He was the dominant force during the season, and as soon as AJ McCarron got hurt, then that was kind of it. Not a huge game last week. And Battlehawks Chris Garrett was also named USFL Special Teams Player of the Year. A lot of guys getting buzz out there, getting opportunities to play, try out. So stay tuned to UFL News Hub if you want to know all about that news. Our reporters will be kind of keeping track of all that throughout the season. Championship game, super excited. Marquette King. This is the halftime performance. Great idea there. Charles Glenn will sing the national anthem. So those are cool things. And I really like the Marquette King idea. I think that's a great idea to let these guys shine and do their thing. Also, Tom Brady. Ben Fisher reports that the 5-time Super Bowl MVP will lead Fox NFL analyst Tom Brady will present the USFL Championship MVP award Sunday night. Well, that's pretty cool. And that's where we got that. And let's see here. Let's wrap things up with some emails. All right. First, Frank says, I think Hakeem's numbers would have been greater had his QB stayed healthy, plus 2 other starting wide receivers on the team who were being counted on did almost nothing, allowing teams to focus more on Butler. What happened? I mean, I hope the DC Defenders grabbed Ja'Cour Pearson. He would gangbusters in the beginning and then kind of disappeared. They have a ton of wide receivers. Let's do a trade. Let's trade and get one of those wide receivers from St. Louis over to the DC Defenders. I think that would be a good thing. Jack says, I believe they should look at markets, talking about markets that have never had football but have football fans, and move to stadiums that aren't huge, like D111 or 2 college teams, Division 3, or 2 college teams. Look at putting teams in North Dakota or South Dakota. I don't know about that. And they need to put teams in big markets, because even the big markets will bring in a lot of fans. That's the key, in my opinion. Don says, could call my friend, well, the Battlehawks season is over, and I blame you. Blame me. I knew we were in trouble when you picked them to win. Just kidding. The truth is the Battlehawks played very flat the last 3 weeks, agreed, and the Brahmas did an excellent job setting up their game plan and executing. So the Brahmas will be back at the Battle Dome next week to defeat the Stallions. I'll be there cheering them on. Got a root for the XFL teams. Don checking in. Yes, I'll be wearing my XFL gear. So definitely, if you're going to the game, again, pick which side you want. I would assume more XFL people will be there as well. And finally, Shimmy checking in, talking about Daryl Moose Johnson and the attendance. He says, Daryl Johnson's unique position working in the 2019 AAF San Antonio around Charlie Ebersol and Bill Polian, and then XFL Dallas with Vince McMahon, then the USFL on Fox, seems like a person committed to spring football, a person who would like to see eventually a melting together of these past leagues, including the 2009 and to 2012 UFL. That way we could see the San Diego Fleet, Virginia Destroyers, or even Sacramento Mountain Lions. You do not know where the next Green Bay is. That's true. Stability starts with the season start. AAF and both XFL leagues started after the Super Bowl. Their attendance was better than the USFL. And 2024 UFL that started mid-April, March 30th, 2024. I'm hoping for a start leading up to March 1st, 2025, like a Thursday, Friday, February 27th or 28th. Thank you, go UFL. Interesting things about, when the league should start. I liked it, but he makes it good. But the problem is the attendance is down because you're count. Remember, the USFL never counted. So you're counting these markets that aren't Seattle or Orlando in the mix. Now, some of the other markets are down, but maybe moving it up a little bit. I don't know. But the TV ratings are fine. There's going to be a lot of decisions being made at the end of the season. We'll have to kind of find out how that all plays out. And stay tuned to UFL News Hub because we will be covering it for you, despite the fact that we make no money off of this. But we like spring football and we want to see it succeed. So it's just kind of where you put your money in. And hopefully by next season, things will be chill. My wife is getting her stem cell transplant. That is happening in September. So hopefully that will kind of kickstart things. She'll start to kind of get into maintenance mode and she'll feel good. And then, it's just kind of a maintenance thing. And it's, not weekly treatments and bills and whatever. So, but she's here. And that's the most important thing is she said this from the beginning, God's got this. God's got this. And it's hard to sit there and just be like, you have to, you have no choice at the end of the day. But that's what I'm going to do because I think she's right. I think God's got this and where we're headed, this thing shaking things up and with this league, and we'll see where things be really interesting. What's going to happen not only in the league in the off season, but where we're at, because I definitely want to do, have a better experience with the fantasy football and mobile apps, but there's just so much uncertainty right now between the AI impacting the workforce, and you're seeing more integration with that, and there's layoffs and how, Google is different now than it was a year ago. So there's just a lot of things that we're navigating the waters to figure out how this is all going to work. I mean, you think about print media, Washington Post lost $70 million, $76 million, a lot of just the media in general. I mean, are people even really reading stuff anymore? Are they more into TikTok right now? I would love to see a ban in TikTok because just for my kids, my kids have even said they would like to see TikTok ban, and they're addicted to it. And you don't make any money off of TikTok. So yeah, it's just there's just a big transition in going right now. And we're just going to try to ride the wave as the best that we can. All right, my friends, that is it for me, folks. As always, God bless. Make sure you enjoy this weekend's game. We'll be back Monday for a recap of the season. And then kind of we'll go from there. But I'm definitely, my picks, I want to see San Antonio win. And that's it. And I would go San Antonio over San Antonio. Those are my 3 picks for this week, and that's what we're going to go with. So that's it for me, folks. As always, God bless, and I will see you all later. Enjoy the game.